Are you trying to figure out what's next for you right now? Or maybe trying to figure out how do I cope with all the changes coming about in my life? I conducted a poll recently, and 50% of you said yes. You know, we spend, I believe, our life journey on this planet really exploring what is my purpose here and what is it that I am here to do. And even when you think you maybe have it all figured out, life events can make you question, okay, is that really why I'm here? You know, we all come into this world with kind of a blueprint. It's almost like a tattoo. And it's your birth chart. It makes up who you are, what your personality is, your innate gifts, your strengths, and your weaknesses, the things that kind of trip you up. They're all part of your unique identity. Have you ever wondered why sometimes it feels like you're just like on fire, you know, where everything's going your way? There isn't anything that can stop you. And then other times it's like all you can do to keep going. And yes, there are environmental factors that can impact that. Yes, there's the food we eat. Are we getting enough rest? Are we getting enough exercise, stress? All of those kinds of things can definitely impact how you feel in your day-to-day world. But what about those times when you can't, I mean, it doesn't seem like any of those things are factors. And you're figuring, oh, why is it that I feel the way I feel? Why is it I feel like I can't, you know, I don't have the same level of motivation or desire. I just want to crawl under the covers, you know, and hide. What is it that's different about those times when you feel like it's not any of those other factors? What if I were to tell you that, like the moon, you have your own phases, your own lunation? There are times in your life that you're going to feel expansive. And there's going to be other times in your life when you feel more withdrawn or reclusive. Just like the moon, you have your own cycles. And if you question that, I challenge you to just talk to any first responder. Police will tell you that they have more incidents of road rage or calls that they have to make, or crime. Hospitals have increases in all kinds of ER incidents. The moon, as it expands into its fullness, carries with this magnetic charge, this pull that we all feel, and it impacts you. So it's really not a matter of whether you believe it or not. It's kind of like when as a Reiki practitioner, I've had people tell me, well, I don't think I really believe in this whole chakra Reiki thing. It's like, well, you know, you don't really have to believe in it. The reality is it is part of who you are. And the only thing I encourage you to do is to keep an open mind, to approach it from a place of curiosity, and be open to the fact that perhaps there are other kinds of influences that we all experience, that we're all impacted by, that are part of our being. You know, I've been a student of astrology for a long time. I'm not a a licensed astrologer. I'm more of a Sherpa, an intuitive, for those of you that have worked with me. But what have been learning over the last couple of years, as I've been kind of diving into this subject, is how many things just fit. And fill in all the little blanks that I've kind of wondered about. Why am I this way? Why have certain things been things that I've had to deal with over again and over again? And what are some of the patterns? And it just explains so many things. And the empowering thing about it is that it gives you the ability to make different choices. This is not your astrology that maybe you're familiar with. This is not your daily horoscope that's in the local newspaper. And that's for a lot of us, that's all we know, right? And the reality is, many ancient civilizations, leaders, used the cycles of the planetary system to make decisions for timing events, because they knew there were certain times when there would be more power to support, more energy to support whatever their endeavor was. And this goes way back. I mean, just a simple example is the Farmer's Almanac, which I was doing some research on. I think the first one, it came out around 1792. So this is not something that's new. Unfortunately, though, what's happened is over the period of time, it's become commercialized and it's totally lost what it was really about, what it was really meant to do, which was to support us in being in flow. And you have your own birth map. And while it could, the true science, and it is a science of astrology, could take you, all of us, a lifetime to really master. What I've found after much research is that there are pieces and components that we can pull out that just by themselves are very powerful. And I want to show you how you can learn to read and interpret those for yourself. You don't have to go to a psychic or somebody else. Yes, they have their place for some of us, but imagine being able to actually see your own birth chart and see the things that are being highlighted for you. What you came in here in this world to do and be is imprinted, just trust me, very clearly on your own personal birth map, your birth chart, from the time you were born. And I just want to ask you to consider, what if you knew what those were for you and you could see them clearly and go, oh, so that's why, right? Or, oh, so that's why I have a natural tendency towards that. Or that's why I'm drawn to that. Oh, so I'm here because I'm supposed to, or what I came here to really do and express in this world is blank. Imagine having that kind of clarity and being able to own it in a completely different way. It takes this whole level of personal growth and spiritual growth to a whole new level. So, many of you have asked me in my private conversations with you, you said, oh man, Deborah, if you held a workshop on that, I am so in. And to be quite honest with you, I've been very, very intimidated because this subject is so vast. And the last thing I want to do, there's some ego, of course. I don't want to dive into this and go, okay, what if I can't answer some questions? But you know what? we're all in this together. And so I'm kind of parking that off to the side. And what I am endeavoring to do over a series of workshops now is to take you on a journey into you and share with you the pieces that I have learned about for myself and have gotten as far as understanding how it all fits, and share that with you and kind of take you by the hand step by step on the same journey so that you can see that for yourself and have a better understanding. I mean, really, this is kind of like this whole nother level of mind, body, spirit connection. There's so many layers, right? I mean, there's the chakra system. I'm not parking that at the door because it's so interwoven. There's of course we have a lot of different tools for how do we get to who we are and what we're here to do and be. But what I'm finding is that this is like one of those, I don't know, there is this logical side of me that allows me to see this, and I can see it in writing. I'm a visual person. I know a lot of you are as well. Many of us are very visual. And so when you kind of see it in writing, and you can interpret it for yourself. It's not me interpreting it. It's not somebody else interpreting it. It's you being able to see it for yourself and go, oh. And the truth is, that's when we really own something, right? I mean, that's just basic psychology. When you can really see something and own it for yourself, then you'll take action on it because you determined it for yourself. It didn't come from outside of you. It's come from within. So it's why I'm hosting my upcoming Chart Your Soul Purpose workshop. And it's going to be one in a series of workshops. I've already laid out like 6 different things to start with that we can dive into and I'll just do bite-sized pieces and little by little show you how to read and interpret and understand the planetary emphasis, the impacts, the energies that we're all feeling. So I hope you'll join me. It's going to be a lot of fun. I promise. You're gonna. What's not fun about personal growth and understanding? Well, okay, take that back. There are times when it's not fun. We do go through challenges sometimes that aren't a whole lot of fun. But on a higher level, when we have that deeper understanding, what's not great about that, right?